In 1969, the world was introduced to a new band that would soon redefine rock music. That band was Led Zeppelin. Their debut album was filled with powerful blues-inspired tracks, but one song stood out for its emotional intensity and dramatic dynamics. That song was Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. Unlike many of the band's early recordings, this track did not begin as a Led Zeppelin composition. The song was originally written in the late 1950s by folk musician Anne Bredon. Years later, it was recorded by folk singer Joan Baez, whose haunting acoustic version helped introduce the song to a wider audience. It was Robert Plant who first brought the song to Led Zeppelin. Plant had heard Joan Baez's recording and was captivated by its emotional power. When he joined Jimmy Page's new band in 1968, he suggested they try performing it together. What happened next was a perfect example of Led Zeppelin's unique creative chemistry. Jimmy Page immediately saw the song's potential. Instead of keeping it as a quiet folk ballad, Page transformed it into something far more dramatic. He arranged the song with sudden shifts between delicate acoustic passages and explosive electric sections. This contrast became one of the defining characteristics of the track. Robert Plant's vocal performance played a huge role as well. Plant moved effortlessly between soft, almost whispered lines and powerful cries of heartbreak. His voice captured the tension of the lyrics, a painful farewell between lovers, filled with regret and emotional conflict. The result was a song that felt almost cinematic. But perhaps the most impressive element of the recording was the band's ability to move together as a unit. Jimmy Page's acoustic guitar sets the emotional foundation, while the rhythm section of John Paul Jones and John Bonham carefully builds the intensity. When the heavier sections arrive, Bonham's drums crash in like thunder, creating one of the most dramatic shifts on the entire album. At the time, few rock bands were blending folk and hard rock in such a dynamic way. Led Zeppelin proved they could move between intimacy and power within the same song, something that would later become one of their trademarks. However, the song also came with an interesting story behind the scenes. When Led Zeppelin first released the track, they credited it as traditional, arranged by Jimmy Page. But later it was discovered that the original songwriter, Anne Bredon, had never been properly credited. After the mistake was recognized, Bredon received official songwriting credit for the composition. Despite the controversy, Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You remains one of the most powerful performances on Led Zeppelin's debut album. It showed that the band was more than just heavy riffs and loud amplifiers. They understood drama, emotion, and storytelling. In many ways, the song revealed the full range of Led Zeppelin's musical identity, delicate, explosive, and deeply expressive. And more than 50 years later, the song still stands as one of the most unforgettable moments from the band's legendary first album.